we've got to raise the bar, and we've got to continue to raise the bar. I don't think any of those young men, when they signed to come to Tennessee, they signed to say they wanted to come and be a part of a 7-6 program. They said they wanted to come and compete for championships, SEC championships, national championships. I know that's what I want. I know that's what Tennessee wants. I know that's what the expectation is. So we've got to continue to reassess everything that we're doing and make sure that we're continuing to move the needle in the right direction.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Wanted to jump on this Saturday morning, give a little transfer portal update. Tennessee, as of now, they have 5 players that have entered the transfer portal after spring practice has completed. Most recently, kicker Daniel Bethel out of Tennessee has entered the portal, and it's opening up another spot. When you look at the guys that have gone into the portal after spring practice, you have to ask yourself, is it because they are seeking playing time? Have they been asked? Have they been told to look elsewhere? Regardless, 5 guys in the portal, that opens up some room, that opens up some spots. The transfer portal is getting ready to close down, but anybody that is in the portal by May the 1st is available, and I think we're going to see business pick up. There's an interesting name I want to jump into and talk about. That's Jermayne Lole, interior defensive lineman out of Arizona State. We'll talk about that in just a second. As always, do me a favor, go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We are fans just like you. If you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. So I want to get into it, talk a little bit about Jermayne Lole. As of now, sounds like Tennessee's got Andre Turrentine, the safety out of Ohio State. Sounds like he's a lock. It sounds like he is on his way to Tennessee. I've made multiple videos about him. If you missed him, go back, check him out. Also, Brew McCoy. Seems like he is destined to be in Knoxville, Tennessee. Still waiting on him to pull the trigger as well. I think that one's probably a week or 2 away. But that's 2 guys. And again, Tennessee had some open spots. Now we've got 5 more guys going into the portal. So I think you're about to see business pick up over the coming days. So let's take a look. This is an article from 24/7 Sports. Arizona State defensive tackle Jermayne Lole enters NCAA transfer portal. Now, we've seen Tennessee kind of in the mix or, evaluating, monitoring edge guys that are going into the portal, but not a whole lot of activity as far as defensive tackle goes. Now, Arizona State defensive tackle Jermayne Lole enters the portal, immediately followed by Rodney Garner and also Trey Johnson at Tennessee. So that's worth noting. What that tells me is Tennessee is at least interested. They are monitoring. Now let's take a look and see why Jermayne Lole entered the portal. Again, article 24/7 Sports says Arizona State defensive tackle Jermayne Lole is expected to enter his name into the portal before the May 1st deadline, according to Arizona State reporter Doug Howler. Lole will explore both transfer and name, image, and likeness options in the portal. However, a third-party Arizona State collective that is not yet launched is trying to keep Lole at Arizona State, according to Howler. Now, that's it. That's what this is all about. It sounds like Jermayne Lole is entering the portal in order to play the NIL game. But what sticks out about that opening paragraph is the fact that Arizona State collective that has not yet been launched. So many people were critical of the administration in Knoxville last year with all the activity in the portal, all the guys entering the portal and leaving. Everybody was saying that Tennessee could not keep up. Tennessee was not ahead. They were behind in NIL. They were behind in the transfer portal. Guys, Tennessee was on top of it. We are seeing it all across the country. We've seen it at Georgia. They are just now starting to get their version of Spire Sports Group in place. Tennessee had it ready to go at launch. We were ahead of the ball, and it feels good to be ahead in something like NIL because we are reaping the rewards of the administration being prepared for that. The article goes on here to say that Lole was a 3-star prospect in the class of 2018. He was the number 24 ranked defensive end in the class, number 60 player in the state of California. He chose Arizona State over offers from Washington State after taking official visits to both San Diego State and Washington State from 2018 to 2020. Now that makes me wonder. He is a California guy. He's a West Coast guy. I had a lot of offers on the West Coast. Tennessee did offer him back in February of 2018. But he's also a Long Beach, California kid. You guys know anybody else from Long Beach that may have a connection to Jermayne Lole, that may be in Jermayne Lole's ear? I don't know, just putting that out there. It says here Lole recorded 122 tackles, 20 of which were for loss, and 11 sacks during the first 3 years of his career. Did not play in 2021 after suffering a triceps injury, but decided in late November that he was going to return for another season in college. He explained the decision exclusively with Sun Devil source. Here's the quote from Lole. It says, watching from the sideline hurt because I wanted to be out there. There's nothing like college football, man. Also, I didn't have control over my draft process. I was sidelined this year and only played 4 games last year. With that, at a big disadvantage compared to other prospects. Also, I get to be coached by the best coaches. Putting over here the ASU defensive line coach Robert Rodriguez, defensive coordinator Antonio Pierce, and head coach Joe Conley. He says, for another year, and you can't beat that. Most of all, I want to be able to look back at my college career, say that I was one of the best to come out of Arizona State. So again, looking at what Jermayne Lole brings to the table, you go back to that shortened COVID year in 2020. He was a PFF preseason All-American, first-team defensive line, Athlon Sports preseason All-Pac-12. He was named to the PFF College 50 entering 2021 as the number 24 player in the nation. He was also awarded the second-best interior defensive lineman in 2021. The kid's got all the talent in the world, all the potential. And when he talks about being coached by the best coaches in the country, well, the best defensive line coach in the country just so happens to be in Knoxville, Tennessee with Rodney Garner. So could we see a guy like Jermayne Lole come on that business trip? We saw it with Caleb Tremblay. We saw it with guys like VAWLS Jones have that success coming from the West Coast to Knoxville, entering the NFL draft, getting drafted. How about that? Business trip. It is a business trip for Jermayne Lole. He's got 1 year. When you look at this Tennessee defensive line, the biggest question everybody asks is who's going to step up and who's going to replace Matthew Butler. And there's a lot of ifs. People talk about Omari Thomas. How good can he be? People talk about guys like Elijah Simmons. How good can he be? I'm really high on DeJoun Terry. I think DeJoun Terry was a huge pickup last year in the transfer portal. I think we saw him continue to get better as the season went along. You got a guy like Latrell Bumpus. Can he stay healthy? Can he stay healthy and make it through the season? But you add a guy like Jermayne Lole, you start getting into what Rodney Garner wants to do with this defensive line. He wants 8 to 10 guys. He wants 8 to 10 guys that he can rotate, keep fresh, and get after the quarterback. And I think Jermayne Lole is the type of player that can do just that. Again, the proof is in the pudding. He's done it. He's got 3 years of experience. Ran off the numbers earlier, 122 tackles, 20 for loss, and 11 sacks in 3 seasons. Does Jermayne Lole want to move to the other side of the country? Does he truly have any type of connection or ties to Tennessee? Again, it sounds like Tennessee is interested based on the Twitter follows. That's kind of been the way you follow this, is seeing if Rodney Garner gives them the follow. And it's crazy, but it's the world of 2022. It's the world of social media. But it definitely sounds like Tennessee is interested in at least evaluating Jermayne Lole. So what do you guys think? Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. You think Tennessee will kick the tires here? Is Jermayne Lole actually interested in transferring, or is he just playing the NIL game in 2022? And it's hard to blame some of these kids. It's the world we live in. It's the world we live in. You can either like it, you can hate it, but the bottom line is you're going to have to learn to deal with it. You got to learn, you got to adapt, you got to grow, and that's what I praise this Tennessee coaching staff. I praise Spire Sports Group for doing. They are adapting to the way the game is changing, and they are ahead of the curve. They are ahead of the curve when it comes to NIL. But I'm excited to see how the portal plays out over the next few weeks. Again, the spots are open. Tennessee has spots open. We'll see if they're able to fill it with better talent and turn this roster over quicker than we all thought. Hit that comment section. Let me know what you guys think. As always, make sure you smash that thumbs up and go check out our merchandise. You can go to bonfire.com/store/talkinvols. Any and all support greatly appreciated. Don't forget, we're going to be live tomorrow, Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time for Talkin Vols live fan call-in show. So make sure you guys tune in for that. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin' Vols Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.